East.
Okay, so that is the east side. So I think that's the most desirable side, right?
Where are we walking through right now?
All right, so yeah, so in Patterson Park, I mean, it's cool, right? It's like 130 some odd acres, located sort of south centrally in the city.
Yeah, expanding, I guess, further east.
Further east, yeah.
Yeah.
Takes up like 4 different neighborhoods, which I think, and that's something to note, right? So like each side of the park basically takes up its own neighborhood, right?
Right.
So you have like the north side of the park, which is arguably the real estate wise the least desirable side of the park,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. It's the Canton side, right? And then here we have like the Upper Fell side. Then obviously the north side of the park, I think, is the least desirable side.
Right, because that's where you start to get into like the Middle East neighborhood, actually.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the pagoda? Which trail's the pagoda up? I think it's like up.
It's over here. Yeah.
So yeah.
No, you're right, but it's funny. Like, basically, in any direction, if you're right on the park,
Right.
like that's really desirable.
Yeah.
But then if you go, you can pretty much go as far west as you want. You'll hit downtown.
Yeah.
And all of that's good. There are parts going east where it's like pocketed.
Sure.
And then you get out into the county,
Right.
like the Dundalk area.
And there's like a boat lake right here. I don't know if this is it, but there's a boat lake somewhere here. I mean, this park is big. When I was trying to look up facts last night, I was surprised. It's like 144 some odd acres. It's big. It's a lot bigger than I thought.
Right.
Because I think, it's probably true with a lot of people, but like when I used to come down to Patterson Park all the time because I used to play in a tennis league down here. And over there at the athletic part of it. And so I would come down, that's like the only part I've really ever experienced. That and the pagoda.
Right.
But
Well, I've been here once when they've had like,
just once?
once when they've had a community, like a community garage sale or a community market.
Mm-hmm.
They've had vendors come out. That was really cool.
Yeah.
They do movies by the pagoda.
Okay.
I've done that, but again, it's like once you have kids, it's hard to get down here for that stuff because it's
So are
always
you
on
saying
like a.
kids ruin everything? Then you have the south and east sides, which are basically like, Canton, Upper Fells, things like that. Police chopper interruption. And then the west side of the park. What's the west side of the park?
Well, the west side of the park is like heading more towards downtown.
Okay, yeah, all right. Then you have the west side of the park, which is heading, more towards downtown. And then, the cool part about this park is it has a bunch of different, things for people to do. I mean, obviously, it has all these running trails and just trails in general.
Yeah, and then all the sports on like the eastern side of the park.
Totally. I mean, swimming, tennis,
hockey rink,
hockey, soccer, and it's always packed. I mean, right now it's not packed, but it's always packed during the summer when you come down here. And it's got like that. It's called the boat lake, but it's got that like big kind of water pond thing,
Yeah.
which is cool to look at.
Yeah.
It's like a little nature trail.
A little nature trail.
It's a little nature trail, but it's there. I'm sure it's pretty in the summer.
Yeah, and there's a ton of open space
Right.
for, like, people don't really bother you if you have your dogs off a leash.
No.
You're technically not supposed to
Probably
in the
not,
city,
but it's a de facto dog park.
Yeah.
And then obviously you have the pagoda, where we're standing now.
Right.
Which is just super cool, and it's probably got one of the best views of Baltimore if you can get up there.
I agree. They do hockey games.
Yeah, I played
here.
hockey here when I first moved here.
Like roller hockey or ice hockey.
Can you cut back when Mark said this was an ice rink, and then fast forward to when he just asked me if I played roller hockey here?
Well, first of all, you
No.
never once mentioned that you know how to ice skate.
What are you seriously? This is why I don't like you. You don't listen. Sometimes I could have a better conversation with this tree. So we were saying. So this is all cool. I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do here, right?
There is.
Basketball. You got pools and pools and pools and
3 of them.
yeah, hockey.
Yep.
Football,
Soccer fields, baseball.
Soccer. Yeah. You
And
got it
then
all.
over here, there's always like
Tons of,
open
like,
sports group,
yeah.
people playing frisbee and all that stuff.
and-
But obviously, it's the
Dead.
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come back.
But it's super packed in the summer. Like,
really
you drive
is.
by here, it's packed, and I think there's tennis down the other side. But yeah,
Yes, there
it's
is. 3 or 4 public courts.
yeah.
So you don't
it's-
need to reserve them.
This is, to me, one of the greatest uses of tax money.
Parks in general or Patterson Park?
Parks in general.
Yeah.
This one too.
Yeah.
This one specifically, but parks in general, yes.
Well, like you said, I didn't realize it was 144 acres. That's
Don't
huge.
quote me on that exact number,
Okay.
but it's something like
Okay,
that. Yeah,
over 100?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. So cool.
It's a lot of acres.
All right, let's go check out the pagoda, folks.
Yes, yes, we'll find it.
When it's open.
Was it Sunday, right?
It's on Sundays, yeah, but it's only like during certain times of the season. And then, to top it all off, the park does, if you're into it, it's got some historical significance. I think from the War of 1812. But I mean, from where we're standing, I mean, even just from here, the views are pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool.
Top of the park, yeah.
It really is a pretty cool park.
Yeah.
It's like right in the middle of the city, which I mean, Baltimore does have a lot of other parks. None of them are as big as this one.
No, this is easily the
by
biggest.
far.
Yeah.
And there's no vehicles allowed in the park, which is really nice. So you always have a ton of runners. Everybody walks their dog.
Right. I think it's fairly well maintained. And I think just architecturally, it's really nice looking.
Yeah.
It's a great place. It's a cool little gem. It's not little, but it's a cool gem
in
the city.
It is.
I think, like I said before, I definitely think this is one of the best uses of our tax money that we can use for parks like this. So
it's definitely worth a visit.
Yeah.